Well, friends, this is Scott, and this was the first weekend of December, and it looked like the end was here. All the outside work we've accomplished this year was quite a bit, and I love the look of this place when it's got covered in a blanket of snow. But this time last year, we had more than a foot or 2 feet of snow, and it just kept on coming. So this year is not nearly as snowy as it was last year. But again, December started. I can't say it came in with like a lion, but it came in with a little bit of a whimper of a couple inches of snow. And walking around with Mr. Lincoln, it sure is pretty down here. The back pasture doesn't even have any deer tracks in it yet. The only tracks are just myself and Mr. Lincoln. But I love to spend a little time down here when it's peaceful and the work is slowing down a little bit. Seems like every time I'm down here, I'm always kind of go, 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 trying to get stuff done. And it's nice at the end of the year to kind of look back at all that's been accomplished and also be thinking about what the future is going to hold. And I'm pretty happy with what we got done this year. I still remember last year's video and how much work we got done on the first year of owning the hobby farm, and it was significant. So now, at the end of the end of the second year, we've got this place pretty much under control. A lot more to do, but yeah, we're able to come down here and slow down a little bit and enjoy ourselves and kind of appreciate the reasons why we bought this place down here was to spend time. And yeah, it's nice to be productive. I like to be productive, but it's also nice just to come down and hang out and enjoy a nice crisp day and letting the dog get some exercise as he's been cooped up in the house in Salt Lake City. But I am a little bit melancholy because I have a lot of leaves and things still at my house in Salt Lake City that I wanted to bring down here. And I'm not sure if the weather's going to change and improve so that we can get some of the snow melted and I can get some leaves raked up and brought down here. I'm always trying to bring raw materials, and I'm thinking, well, do I have any more weekends to make any more outside progress? Because I'm not a big fan of the indoor work I've got to do, but it needs to be done. So I've got to get my mind focused on back inside and taking care of business. Well, guess what? It's been nice. For the last few weeks, it's been beautiful weather. It's been a little cold in the mornings, but it's been good enough that we could get some work done here. I was able to rake some leaves, and in between taking care of the sick cat, Miss Thing, I should say, I've been able to get a little bit of yard work done, and I hopefully have enough leaves to be able to mulch this area in. This will be my main garden, and again, we've pretty much quadrupled the size of the garden from last year, and I'm hoping that I can get a lot more planted and just keep on swimming and keep on marching forth. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. It is chilly, but it's no wind, and it's just nice. This thing is still improving, and I want to get down here and check on things at least one time. I'll be bringing down Miss Thing back down to the hobby farm soon, and I'm hoping that she'll be all better and ready to resume her life right before Christmas. So again, not real exciting action shots here, but I brought down a few bags of leaves, and these are just all from my backyard in Salt Lake City. And I like to cover the ground because I want to keep the organic matter stronger in the soil. I want the organic life to increase, and I want it to help me create fertility in this garden. Also, I've got the garlic is planted, and it's most of it's come up a little bit, but it's all mulched in now, ready for winter. So just a few bags of leaves, and just hopefully enough to cover this whole area in. And then what I'll do is I'll just bring in, either remove the leaves or I'll just bury them in compost in the spring and just plant into it and let it rot in over the summer. So we'll see. But again, I use the lasagna method of gardening, which I just keep adding layers and layers and layers. I may have to loosen the soil up, maybe one more time, get it fluffed up a little bit, but we'll see. Now, the way the weather forecast looks for the next couple of weeks is we may not get any bad weather, so I may be able to get some more leaves raked up and bring more down. I wish I could have stockpiled, a bunch of bags of leaves, and I just didn't get around to it this year. My main priority right now is getting Miss Thing to feel better and get her back down here on the farm before Christmas. And if I do make that trip, if she's feeling better, I'm going to try to get that wood rack extended and see if I can split up a little bit more wood and just do as much as I can before the snow finally seals us inside, and so we can get all that trim done. I've got to hit the store, and I got to buy a bunch of baseboards and molding, Again, I've done, half the house, a little bit more than half the house, but I got half more to do. And so it's always costing something. Had a lot of car repair expenses over the last month. Seemed like every vehicle had major issues. So it's, the money's a little tight. And especially with Christmas, I just need to appreciate, do the projects that don't cost much money right now. And then we got school tuition to pay for a second semester. Good news is Mateo passed all of his classes, and he did really well. He had A's and I think 1 B minus. So we're doing good, and I should say he's doing good. And he's home for the holidays, and then he'll be headed back to school early January to start his second semester in college. Here's a look at all the leaves that I brought down, all spread out. So I didn't quite have enough for everything, but I got most of it. So let's see how the weather cooperates and see if I can grab a couple more bags and bring that down. We'll see. Now let's take a look at the worms. Again, I did build the worm bin a month or so ago, and I brought down just 1 bucket of worms to inoculate the pile. And the material's moist. It's nice and toasty in here. It's not overly hot. The worms seem to be doing good. I think I see a couple I just dropped, but I'm looking for them. They've spread out in the bin a little bit. There's one. I didn't drop that one. So as I'm digging down, I figured they'd disperse. They got so much food in here and so much bedding. But a little bit hard to find. I just want to kind of give you a good look to show you the proof that they're alive and well. So let's keep digging here and see what we can find. Yeah, I'm looking. I need to find a piece of food scrap or something they like to cling to food scraps. And there's an avocado, it looks like, shell, and there's you see a worm. And I see a little more lively one there. So I grab that one and show you. But yeah, doing live and well and doing great. So yeah, those black tires are going to help keep those worms insulated. And we'll see how it does in the summer. If it becomes an issue, I can always spray paint them white. But we'll see. Well, as you see, Mr. Theo is doing great, and him and Mr. Lincoln, Lincoln likes to chase him around when he wants to run from him, but yeah, they get along fairly well. Didn't see Coquette this trip down, but we'll also show you the other cat. Scared the crap out of me. I hadn't seen him, and I was cleaning up around the food area, and here's Willow. And Willow came jumping up from the door and just ran right up to me. So again, all these cats were very, very skittish, and now they're all my cats now, I guess. So I'm going to have to deal with them if these get sick ever. I'll just have to take care of them. Now we're taking a little look at the road on the way home, and it's beautiful. It's called Mount Nebo there in the background, and this is the kind of the back way to get down to the hobby farm. Beautiful drive though, and it has a little canyon. And I really like this property here. It's got farmers' fields, kind of a narrow canyon with some little side hills, and usually see a lot of deer, and there's elk in here, and I think I saw a couple moose in here too. So it's really pretty with Mount Nebo in the background, and yeah, I really enjoy the drive. It's again an hour and 15 minutes from Salt Lake City, and it's time flies. I just crank the music and just look at the wildlife and the scenery, and just enjoy the drive. And here's an interesting rock formation as we're headed to the west. Yeah, it's just every corner seems to have a different view. So, well, thanks for watching this video, and I hope I can get down here with Miss Thing real soon, and maybe get a little bit more work done. Thanks for watching.